Hello YouTube, and thank you for joining me. I do appreciate your time. Today I will be speaking primarily to my Black audience. I had no intention on making a video as I am on break, and I will return to break as soon as this video is made. The reason that I am making this video without edits, no censoring of any sort, is due to a conversation that I had with a young Black person, a conversation that destroyed my faith in the positive movement of young Black people within the next 10 to 20 years within America especially. So I'm going to speak directly to Black people in hopes that this will spark a conversation. There have been many men and women before me who have said things much more eloquently than I could ever say and with much more greater insight than I have, but I will do my best to share with you today. Acquiring the control of resources part of the game, people. Acquiring the control of resources. This means not asking for acceptance from white people. And in saying that, be aware of image makers that fabricate and manipulate perception. You do not need permission from your counterparts to create something positive for yourselves, nor do you have to be deliberately resorting to violating what you know to be right in order to elevate yourself. You can simply do what needs to be done. I am sure the only reason you are here is due to the title of the video. Many of you, that is. No, I did not travel down a sensationalistic road to snare you. Many Blacks are going to die or self-propel themselves down the road of self-nullification within this year of 2013. First, American Blacks need to learn how to be self-reliant if this is not to happen. This means we need to first teach our children the harsh realities of this world. What is this? Well, an ever-increasing number of white people, the majority representation, do not see value in Black people. Now, this is not to say that we should look to them for boosting our self-esteem. Surely we should not, as a group or as individuals. We do need to realize that those who do have real power are white within America, and their outlooks affects us within America. Don't forget that. Times are tough financially, and few whites will give you a job, even if you are more qualified than other whites. Whites historically appear to be geared to work from a group platform. Many appear to hire Blacks in order to avoid undesirable legal activity and to avoid stigmatization from other whites. Do you really think they care what you think of them? No, many do not. Many that I have met do not see Black people as being anything but a cancer to the body republic. You say I am watering down reality too much by saying such pretty words. I don't think they're pretty, first of all, but I say to you that I have caught you slipping because you are not listening closely. We do not need to principally be consumers. We need to be job creators. We need to move away from customer service, entertainment, and sports. We need to involve ourselves in the sciences, medical fields, agriculture, water, energy, and social infrastructure. Also, if we desire to invest in customer service, entertainment, and sports, then how about striving for something higher than being a producer of monies for your bosses? Have a plan that extends beyond those careers. Consider developing yourself to become an owner, a mover and a shaker, not from the position of appointment, but inventor of opportunity. Take the money you have generated and create jobs for other blacks, as well as constructing a means to continue generating funds for yourself. Also, do away with working for the government. It is one thing to be a patriot. It is another thing to work against your own self-interest. Do not be foolish enough to think that the system will not look after members of the majority class first. It will not look after the most qualified if you are among that group. Do not depend on government to do anything positive for black people. Look at our history. We must be committed to doing it for ourselves. Oh, a side note. When a conservative white or black tries to convince you that you have power, look at the Congressional Black Caucus, they may say. Well, know this. Forget about the Congressional Black Caucus or the CBC. Without a group economy, you cannot play the existing game. They may get you to believe that you can, but you really will be nothing but a loser in this game. This is a dangerous pastime where politicians compromise themselves for money, status, and an appointment as one of the good Negroes. Do not think they have your best interest at heart. Second, I would stress the merits of being an independent thinker and a consensual group worker. Many armchair philosophers will stress there is a conflict with individualism and group involvement. I say this is incorrect. There can be, but it does not have to exist. One can be an individualist and understand the merits of group work. This is especially true if you are advancing your own agenda. If you wish for blacks to not be beggars, to be not financially ineffectual or powerless, then group work is necessary. Major problem I have seen develop over the years is lack of trust when moving towards group development. Lack of trust. Sometimes this is warranted, sometimes it is not. We have to be able to understand the need for solidarity while maintaining our uniqueness as people. We need to learn that blackness, whatever that obscure qualifier may be, is not some formulatic combination of actions that directs one to behave like an automaton. We need to recapture the pride that our ancestors had when they could read, write, and act on the information they collected. We have a school system in this country which is complex in its makeup. We have good teachers, no matter the ethnic background, and we have policy that works against the student, no matter the ethnicity. If you add to this the existence of bad professionals, meaning those who do not understand the content of their discipline, those who are racially biased, and those who are emotionally challenged, well, you can see the dilemma. Parents need to be instrumental in a child's academic career. It is not good enough that they are simply attending school. This never was good enough. It is even more important in this competitive world marketplace that we be as, if not more competent than our white counterparts. This is especially true as we strive as a group to reroute ourselves from the position of chief consumer to the creator. It is said that 95% or so of people work for others that share their phenotypical traits or for themselves. If we are going to create a niche in this world economy, we need to do likewise. Remember, the name of the game is group economics and group politics. If you cannot sell yourself, if you have nothing to offer as an individual or as a member of a group, you will be left behind. So, we must be serious about education. Not merely academic gymnastics that generates credentials, but the lifelong pursuit of self-education. Understand, it appears that group economic agendas are good for everyone within America, but black people. Remember your history. In 1869, I think that year is correct, when we first started seeing blacks run for public office, there was an intriguing development. This was the easily seen genesis of white propaganda, a certain propaganda that flavored law actually became public policy to keep blacks in their place, all while giving the appearance of being progressive. First, group agendas was a no-no. We were allowed to only promote individual avenues. Notice the word allow. Surely this was not done from the perspective of spiritual or philosophical freedom, but purposeful construction of an obstacle. The second restrictive action or factor was abandoning anything that did not uphold mainstream interest. Think of mainstream as supposedly being the melting pot or the umbrella for all United States residents. This is far from the truth. It was only code for white. Indeed, the prevailing current of thought. No? Third, we were strongly discouraged to hold white people, meaning those who owned slaves, benefited from restrictive political policy law that negatively affected black people, indirectly supported slavery, concepts or institutions that repress blacks as accountable for their actions. Yet, many of them want to hold us accountable for our actions. And many of them will say slavery is a thing of the past. Yet they will not acknowledge its contributions to today's world. Interesting, no? Remember, the commodity known as labor is obsolete. Why? Greed, unlawful immigration practices, the likes of NAFTA, and the lure of foreign markets are some of the main reasons. This is triply true for those already thought to be on the bottom rung. That would be us, black people. We need to do, as a collective, what smart multinational corporations should have done for American workers, had they had a heart. American companies should have made America the primary choice for global employers. This means they should not have focused directly on outsider needs, but for the citizens' needs. So they are considered, the citizens that is, valuable because they achieved something tangible. We, as blacks, need to think of ourselves first for a change. Take a page from this book of wisdom. This does not mean we should not be ethical or understand the benefits of solidarity with outside members of different groups. No, but we have to get our act together first. We spend money everywhere but at home. When we spend our money, we need to keep it circulating within our communities whenever possible. Look at the Jewish business community. Take a lesson from them regarding the use of finances. We need to pool wealth and power so we can dictate policy. Do not support other business owners if they have residents within primarily black neighborhoods or sell products that are primarily used by blacks if they do not give something meaningful to the community. You can negotiate anew your position with them and what is expected of them. This does not mean we are going to be a mirror image of those who held us down. But that does not mean that we cannot learn from them. No, we should abandon that waste of energy and simply secure our place. I may add to the contents of this video at a later time if there are any blacks to address, but let's start here. Remember, you must revise the terms of your relationship with white America if you are ever going to have a real seat at the American table. Even if you are a black nationalist, you still have globalization and its factors, realities. The real deal that they are managed chiefly by rich elite white people, for instance, to contend with. I look forward to your input. Be well.